So the thing is that it had to be frustrating to you because inside you believed in yourself. You knew you were funny, and yet the business was being cruel to you.
No, I tell you, I didn't know. It was just something, I was immature then.
Right.
I wasn't matured, I had no image.
Right.
So I quit it and got married, and I found out making a marriage work is tougher to get work in show business.
Yeah, right. Made show business look easy.
That's right.
The 1970s should have been too late for Rodney Dangerfield. He was almost 50 years old, had spent years selling aluminum siding, survived a failing marriage, and watched younger comedians race past him. Most people would have called it quits. Rodney had a different idea. He was betting everything on one last shot, and this time he wasn't going to miss. The thing that made Rodney different was that he stopped trying to be someone else.
And Rodney Dangerfield is a trade name, which I picked up about 20 years ago. I didn't want to put my name in the paper when I came back in show business, and I told the owner of the place put any other name in, so he put in Rodney Dangerfield. Now I was going through a very depressed time at the time. I was about 40 and life was caving in, so it went crazy. And so I'll become Rodney Dangerfield. A friend of mine said, take the name. I said, I don't know, it's weird. But I took it, and that's how I became Rodney Dangerfield.
Television soon came calling. Rodney became a regular guest on late-night TV, bringing his unique style to millions of Americans. Every appearance seemed to make him bigger. People loved the underdog, who always had another story about how nothing ever went his way. Whether he was talking about his family, his doctor, or his terrible luck, audiences couldn't get enough. His appearances became must-watch television, and before long, Rodney wasn't just another comedian. He was becoming a star.
Not easy being me. Well, yesterday for 2 hours, a guy followed me with a pooper scooper.
One of the biggest reasons for that success was his relationship with Johnny Carson. Carson understood Rodney's talent and invited him back again and again. Every appearance introduced Rodney to new fans across the country. It was the break he'd spent decades chasing. After years of struggling in small clubs and working regular jobs, he had finally found a national audience. As the 1970s came to an end, something even bigger happened. Hollywood noticed. Movie producers realized the guy stealing television appearances could steal scenes on the big screen too. Rodney landed a role in a comedy called Caddyshack. Nobody could have predicted what would happen next. With his rapid-fire jokes and unforgettable personality, Rodney walked into the movie and practically walked away with it. After decades of waiting, the struggling comedian from New York had become a movie star. It's hard to believe that just a few years earlier, Rodney Dangerfield was selling aluminum siding and wondering if his dream was over. Now he owned one of the hottest comedy clubs in America, was a late-night television favorite, and had launched a Hollywood career. The man who built his career around getting no respect was finally getting all the respect he had earned. But if you think Rodney's story ends there, you're wrong. The 1980s would bring even bigger movies, sold-out shows, new challenges, and a second act that would make him one of the most recognizable comedians in the world. Subscribe to Burn Vault and join us for part 3 of the No Respect documentary series as we follow Rodney through the decade that turned a comedy comeback into a lasting legend.